Hello and welcome to a new vlog as it's the 1st of May, well here in the UK. For me the last month has been a hectic month and a very busy month, especially with now the weather getting a lot warmer now, and also stuff I was having to deal with my health, which by the looks of it I'm getting some parts of it under control, but there's still kind of a long way to go. And I had a couple of ops on my eyes, but I think I've got one more towards the end of May, which I'm not looking forward to because it's quite painful. But nevertheless, it's been a month of bargains. For those of you who follow my channel, you would have seen me mention about HMV are currently doing a 50% discount on a lot of the DC Blu-rays, and this ranges from the animated movies, from the Snyderverse movies, and even the older DCU movies, obviously things like Batman 89, Batman Returns, and Supergirl. So I needed a few movies to basically to complete the live action DCU universe from the Snyderverse, and with those 50% sales, I've managed to finally complete those. Obviously, with the James Gunn taking over the new DCU, obviously with the first movie being Superman, and then obviously means Supergirl obviously allowed to start again. It's a shame that HMV didn't do a similar thing with the Marvel movies, because there's a couple of them that I need, not too many of them, but a couple of them. So that was great, and I've been able to complete that, and I've collected some of the DC animated movies as well. Obviously, for those of you who know, Dark Vault's going to be rebooted again, because obviously starting with Creature Commandos, the voice actors and actresses in that particular show will be playing the live action versions of the characters if they ever appear. So obviously that's been also shut down with the Infinite Crisis 3-part movie. So I've been able to complete nearly all of the DC animated universe. I still got a few to go, but I'm nearing it towards the end than I was at the beginning when I didn't have any. So thank God for the HMV sales. You can pick up these sales as well when it comes to the Blu-rays, with the live action or the animated. Even if you don't have a lot of HMV near you, especially if you're in the UK, HMV are still running the same promotion on their site. Well, bearing in mind that for each item, it's $2.99. If it's under £20, they'll charge you $2.99 per item. But if you spend over £20, so if you buy them in bulk, it's free delivery. So kind of bear that in mind. So it's been nice, and I'm looking forward to actually watching them. I don't know if I don't know if there's a particular order that you're meant to watch them in. I know some of them are sequels and stuff, but yeah, again, and then I've been slowly filming those unboxing videos, and also I will be uploading them over the coming months and weeks, or weeks and months. Well, doesn't matter anyway. So kind of bear it in mind. And I also mentioned that some of the DC Blu-ray steelbooks that I have, I've managed to find secondhand, really cheap normal versions of Blu-rays, because I'm going to look after those steelbooks, because although I have no intention of selling them, obviously I know that now some of them are worth a lot of money, so I'm worried about obviously rust, them being dented or scratched, especially after what happened when I found out how much the Blu-ray steelbook of GoldenEye was worth. Although again, I have no intention of selling them. It's more to do with preservation. So I've bought a couple of those to replace, and not to replace, but to use instead of my steelbooks to preserve those. And a couple Marvel movies that I had as steelbooks, I bought them as normal Blu-rays as well, again for the same purpose of preserving the steelbooks. So look out for those videos. Other Blu-rays I've managed to get like a couple of seasons of the CW show Supergirl, although not necessarily my favorite show, but more of a I didn't mind it, especially towards the beginning. the first couple of seasons, but more of I'm trying to be a completionist in terms of completing that complete collection. And now I've managed to get like a three seasons that I had missing. So now I only need one more, which is season 6, which was the final season, which I managed to find a couple of the seasons that I had missing. I think it was 3, 4, and 5 in CX for a reasonable price. So I've filmed those, and again, I think a couple of those I have to upload. Some of them I have to film. So all I need is season 6 because it ran for 6 seasons, and that will be complete. Similar thing with The Flash, which was my favorite CW show and one of my favorite comic book characters. I managed to find another season, so that was season 7. That again ran for 9 seasons, and so it just means that now I just need to get seasons 8 and 9. Arrow, which I've got from seasons 1 to 5, and that ran for 8 seasons, so I just need 6, 7, and 8. Legends of Tomorrow, I managed to find season 4 on Blu-ray, and so far I've only got seasons 1, 2, and 4 because for 4 was the cheapest one. So I still need to get that. Ran for 7 seasons, so I need seasons 3, 5, 6, and 7, and then Stargirl I've already got, which you've already seen the unboxing of. I just need seasons 2 and 3. Similar thing with Star Trek Next Generation Blu-ray, which I already have on DVD, the complete box set of that. I've been rebuying them on Blu-ray because obviously the picture quality has been they've remastered the transfers and even ramped up and putting new effects in it. So I'm slowly trying to upgrade my Star Trek Next Generation seasons to Blu-ray. So I've got seasons 1 to 3. So I just need, which again it ran for 7 seasons. So I just need seasons 4, 5, 6, and 7. Enterprise, I think it ran for 4 seasons, so I need seasons. I've already got seasons 1, 3, and 4, so I just need season 2. It just sometimes certain seasons drop down cheaper than others, which I know is weird. I'm kind of kicking myself because maybe 3 or 4 years ago, when I bought one of the Star Wars Blu-ray, Star Wars movies on Blu-ray on Argos. Argos were doing a clear out of their Blu-ray movies, which I didn't even know they actually even sold. And then they had the complete collection of the Next Generation on Blu-ray from seasons 1 to 7 for £10. And by the time I realised it was sold out. Again, it's just one of those things. So, yes, I need to complete that. And then Black Lightning, I haven't got. And Batwoman, I haven't got. I think that ran for 3 or 4 seasons. I think it's 3 seasons it ran for. So I need to do that. Just to completely evolve. Certain seasons, shows weren't my favourite, but just more of as a comic book fan. And a fan of TV shows and comics in general. I'm trying to collect those. Same thing with Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where I think I've got, I don't know I forgot how many seasons that ran for. And so far I've got seasons 1 and 3 on Blu-ray, which 3 I have to film. And obviously Superman and Lois, which I've already seen, but I need to get those on Blu-ray as well. And Doom Patrol, which I had never seen. And also Titans, which I've only seen the first 2 seasons because I watched it on Netflix, I think. So I just need to watch the seasons 3 and 4, but I do want to get them on Blu-ray. So it's just a matter of just being patient. And then if I can watch them, if I've never watched them before, seasons that I haven't watched, and I've got access to a streaming service, I'll just watch them on there. And then when they drop down cheap enough, I'll just pick them up. But I'm kind of more of a completionist. So yeah, it's been busy, and there's even been a couple of movies that I didn't know that I didn't own, so I managed to get them. One of them from Music Magpie, where it was buy one and get the second Blu-ray for 40%. And one of the movies I've actually seen, and this is but it was years ago, but I will tell you it's a Christopher Nolan movie. So when you see the unboxing of that, you'll see, you're not what I'm talking about. And the other one I think was based on a book, I think. And I haven't seen that particular movie. And there's so many other movies that I don't own that I do want to get, but it's just a matter of waiting until they drop down to a reasonable price. And yes, I know it's kind of more convenient, to stream, but then one is that you don't actually own it, and I prefer owning physical media, which is a similar thing, what's going on with the gaming industry. And then 2, if you lose the internet or the price of the subscription fees go up, then you have to end up having to sacrifice one streaming service, and they're all going up, to be honest. So I kind of prefer having my own physical copy of it, so I know. And I remember starting off as a kid not having any movies, so it's just not, and then eventually buying them, and then before that recording them on VHS, and then buying DVDs, and then renting, and now I've got my own collection, so I can, you know, watch a particular movie if I fancy anytime I want. That's it, obviously, if I had that particular movie. And, you know, thank God for things like Sky Cinema and Sky itself, because some of them, like, they recently put up Transformer 1, which I'm a big Transformers fan. And I do want to watch that movie and eventually get that. And then there's a Super Mario Brothers movie, which I haven't watched, the CG one. So, yeah, until those, they drop that to a reasonable price. It's the easiest thing to do would be to watch it on Sky Cinema or any streaming service if, you know, you've got access to it. So, again, for movies, and whether it's been live action, and regardless of the genre and animated, it's been a good month for me in terms of finding bargains. And I've bought like a couple of baseball caps, which from Primark, which, you know, obviously I know they're not designer label in the sense of obviously they're like the Jordan or Nike or Reebok, which, you know, I still want to get one of these days. I've had designer caps in the past before, but what I've really liked about the caps that I've had is that it feels good, it kind of looks good, and it fits very well, and very comfortable as well. So I ended up buying over the few weeks different colors, which are going to be perfect for the summer, keeping the sunlight out. So that's kind of been great. I need to catch up on some reviews on some electrical products I've done, which I know I promised, and I haven't done in ages. Well, one of them I haven't done in a couple of years, but yeah, it's just finding them out of time. And, you know, sometimes when I'm not being, there's been the first couple of weeks of April, I wasn't feeling too great, which again, I won't bore people with. So it's been, thank God, that a lot of the videos that I recorded, and I had a backlog of videos that I could use and you know, put up, because sometimes filming, it's not really easy when you're in a lot of pain. And then I've been streaming a lot more on Twitch. Although I do want to start doing different types of games now, because I've just been doing Forza. And then obviously, with it being May, it's going to be my birthday in the next couple of days. So I might do a casual stream on YouTube, and depending on how I feel. So keep a lookout for that. So hit the notification bell on the off chance that I do that. I'm not making any kind of guarantees that I will do that. I even bought like another figure from Forbidden Planet, near half price. And considering that when I've looked at the McFarlane toys for the DC or even the Marvel ones, they've all gone up in price by maybe £6 or £7 in guess that's inflation in Forbidden Planet. So I was lucky that I managed to find this particular figure half price, and it was an absolute bargain. And it's of a character obviously that I really like as well. I need to do some follow-up videos on some beauty products and on these earbuds, the JVC earbuds. Telling you what I you know, I've used it long enough, and there's obviously going to be pros and cons. I've done a couple of movie reviews, which the last one I did is Tron. If you haven't seen the video, check it out. And if you haven't seen the movie, definitely worth checking it out. Obviously with Tron, the sequel, Tron Legacy, which I do own, and I haven't watched it, so I really do want to watch that. And obviously they're supposed to be releasing the third movie, which is Tron Ares, which is supposed to be coming in the next couple of few months. I think in August, I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, Tron's an absolute classic movie, and especially special effects have really were state of the art at the time in '82, and even now they still hold up and look fantastic on Blu-ray, on the Blu-ray transfer. And the Tron Blu-ray steelbook, which I own, is absolutely fantastic. I've watched Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan, Star Trek 2: The Wrath of Khan, should I say. One of my favourite Star Trek movies, absolute classics movie. Whether it's a Star Trek sci-fi or even the movie itself. The Blu-ray steelbook, which I own, because I own all the movies from Star Trek 1 to 9. That particular Blu-ray of Star Trek to the Wrath of Khan, it contains two versions of the movie. So it's got the director's cut and the theatrical cut. So I watched both of them, and there is enough differences. And again, I will do like a short review of that. But spoiler alert, it's a classic movie, really good villain, and an ending that will leave a tear to your eye. So Next will be Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock. And when it comes to TV shows, obviously Daredevil just ended, and then now we've got The Last of Us season 2. So I think it's up to the episode 4 this Sunday coming will be episode 4 or 5. I think. So I think it's 4. So yeah, obviously. So if you've played Last of Us Part 2, you pretty much will know what kind of happens in episode 2. So quite brutal for those of you who played the game. And that's a game I need to play, although I know what happens in the game anyway, but I do own it. And I've already done a play for The Last of Us 1 remastered, so I will definitely be doing at some point doing The Last of Us Part 2. I'm probably not going to sit there and pay for the upgrade. I'll just play it as is. And also, you've had the game called Days Gone, which I've re-released as a remaster again. You can buy it and remastered, or you can upgrade the current PS4 version of it, which I own, which I'm probably just going to play as is. I'll just play for the PS5, but I'm probably not going to pay for the upgrade on that. This I picked up. This is the first I'll give a little sneak preview. This is the first Transformer product that I've bought in maybe 23, 25 years. I can get it to focus. And it's Exos Suit Spike Wiki. And it's from the 1986 movie Transformers the movie. You can see there. And this normally would go for like anything between 12 and 16 pounds, depending where you go. And I managed to get it for £6 from a place called The Entertainer. And I was trying to do a click and collect to my nearest one, which is 6 miles away. It wouldn't work. So in the end, I went all the way there, and I ended up with an hour to spare before it closed. And luckily, they had loads of them available. So keep a look at that. I'll be doing an unboxing of that and trying to transform it. And obviously the history of that from Transformers, the animated 1986 movie. So we'll be doing talks of that. I need to do the continuation of Back to the Future Part 2 on VHS, as well as Back to the Future Part 3 on VHS as well. Metal Gear, I've got a special edition of Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater, which I did the first two. I think I did the other games, and I need to do a follow-up of those, and maybe I might even do a video on Metal Gear Solid Metal Gear Solid 4. I forgot what that was called. There's so many of them, it becomes a tongue tie. And obviously we got Metal Gear Solid 3, the remake called Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta, which I'm definitely going to be getting because I've got some leftover Christmas money. So I think that comes out in August, so I'm definitely going to be picking that up and then doing a playthrough at some point. Uncharted 3, that's one of the ones I got to do. There's Assassin's Creed, which the last one I played was Assassin's Creed 2. I think the next one will be Brotherhood, and I bought Battlefield 4, so which I've already played on PS4, but then I've bought it for 89p or 99p on Xbox, so I can play that again, do a playthrough of that, and get some achievement points, which is gonna be great. There's some other clothing videos that I need to do. I think 2 footwear stuff that I got for Christmas, or I got given, and the other one I bought in a January sale from JD Sports. So I've got to do that. And again, as I said before, there's loads of other videos I've got, and there's lots of statues that I have to do. I can give you a quick sneak. If I can move these out of the way. Keep blinking. Ready? 1, 2. You can see very quickly. So that's a quick sneak peek of what I'm going to be doing with those particular figures. And there's actually a few more, and quite a few statues which I mentioned in the past that my mate donated me his statues because he needed the space because he's doing his photography. So years ago he gave me a ton of his figures, and some of them you've already seen, and there's some of them that you haven't, and maybe I might do a quick video short of each of the figures I've done. Just do them as a short to kind of like freshen things up a little bit, and maybe put a link giving you an in-depth, because I don't think I've spoken on particular videos. So yeah, it's going to be more of the same. And then my comics, I've been loving the Absolute comic book series that DC have been doing. Obviously they've done, I think they've done Wonder Woman already, They've done Batman, which is absolutely great. The Superman one is actually fantastic as well. And so I think, and there's The Flash, which I'm absolutely loving that, the retelling of that, and the actual the artwork and the colouring in it, the colorist, the inking in it is absolutely fantastic. So I don't know how long the absolute series is going to be running for, or whether or not they'll be doing other characters. I know they're doing Martian Manhunter as well, so I know they've already doing that. And then also we got the new Marvel movie Thunderbolts coming out on the 2nd of May, which will be the day before my birthday. So that's you know, like is all like coming out. And yeah, and as I've said in some of the videos, I managed to pre-order a Nintendo Switch 2. I went for the Mario Kart World Bundle. Unfortunately, obviously it's digital, but it was cheaper rather than pay the $395 and then pay the game, was it for 74, which is nearly going to be trying to think how much it would be, nearly £500. That was just easiest route to go to, just to pay the full 29 to get the digital, to get that filmed. So I will be doing that will be my late birthday present, because obviously I said for my birthday is going to make the next couple of days, and the Switch 2 doesn't come out until obviously early June. So I don't know if I will get it on day release, because I've just gone for the normal standard free delivery. I could also get it quicker if I just paid more for it, but I'm not really going to do that. So I know there's going to be other YouTubers who will be ahead of me in doing theirs one, and obviously they're probably going to be a lot more professional than mine. But I will be doing a unboxing, touch wood, unless anything silly happens with the order. I don't know if I'll be getting anything else with it, because I would have loved to have got the controller, Pro Controller too, but that's quite expensive. And then obviously you got the new Rumble HD Rumble 2 in it, but the fact that you can use the Pro Controller from the Switch 1 on the Pro on the Switch 2, which is kind of great. Then obviously there's been an uproar with the Switch and misinformation and stuff like that, and people hating because maybe they're PC elitists or whatever they hate me. But I'm looking forward to it, to be honest. So I'll be doing, hopefully, touch wood, a unboxing video of it, and I also will be doing comparison videos in terms of comparing the Switch 1 to the Switch 2, whether it's the dock, the main unit itself, the Joy-Cons, and the weight of it as well, and the height and all of that stuff. So I'll be doing a comparison video, maybe even doing a playthrough. And to think that I was going to start Breath of the Wild, and I was just about to start it, and then obviously if you play it for the Switch 2, which I do have Breath of the Wild physical, obviously you can pay for the upgrade, so the game's got a better resolution and better frame rate, so that's going to be cool. And then I do have Tears of the Kingdom, which I have a special edition of that, which I haven't done a video about. I got given that 2 Christmases ago, so I really need to sit there and get a move on in doing that as well. Then that's going to be really special. I did get these postcards of Xenoblade of Xenoblade 3, not Xenoblade 3, Xenoblade Chronicles X, and I've already filmed that, and I will upload that at some point. And they're beautiful postcards, and I used the platinum points from the Switch to buy that, but you obviously have to pay for the postage packaging. And before that, when I got those those 3 A4 postcards of the Mario Brothers games, sort of Super Mario Brothers, Mario Brothers 2, and Mario Brothers 3. There were the stuff that you get off the Nintendo store is actually really great. It's just the only difficult thing is trying to earn more platinum points to get more stuff in it, which is easier said than done. So yeah, so that's pretty much gonna be it, really. And I'm gonna try and do a video of a graphic novel. I think it might be this Nightwing one I've got. I think it's called The Hunt for Oracle. I've got tons of comic book graphic novels, DC and Marvel, and I've always been promising that I'm going to be doing I'm going to do a graphic novel, which I've done the comics where I don't talk, but I'm finally going to try and do at least one, and then take my time and doing the other one. So keep a lookout for that. But yeah, it's more of the same, where we'll try and do more live streaming in the next couple of months. or maybe the weeks or months. You're going to see more Blu-ray unboxings, more video game unboxings, which I've got a couple in a sale, and some I got from Christmas, and some that I even got from CEX. I'll show you one which I've already done a video of already. This, and I've had a quick playthrough of it, or quick on each game, and it's absolutely fantastic. You've got the Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Fighter game that was on the Super Nintendo, which I didn't own, but I did play around my friend's house. Then you got Turtles in Time, you got the arcade version of that, and you got the Super Nintendo version of that. You got the games that came out on the NES, which I've played the first one with my friend of mine who used to live in the area. Let me borrow it for a couple of weeks, years when I was a kid. So I played that, didn't realize how difficult the game is. So it's got all the Turtle games from the NES, from the Mega Drive stroke Genesis, the Super Nintendo, and the arcade, and the Game Boy as well. So it's really nice to, I've had all these years I've had to wait, and I managed to get that for a very good price on from CEX. So sometimes CEX can do good deals when it comes to movies and video games, but sometimes because the prices keep fluctuating, so it's about being at the right place at the right time, and then checking out you know, what's kind of available. And one of the ones that I definitely do want, I definitely want to get, because I do have Alan Wake on the 360, which is obviously back compatible on the Xbox, Series X, but I do want to play the remaster version, so but I'm just waiting for that to drop. And then I did play the demo of which is still available. I think it's on Xbox, so I couldn't see it on PlayStation 5. And there is a demo available of Alan Wake 2, which I absolutely loved, by the way. And I really do want to get that game as well. So yeah, it's gonna be this it's gonna be more Blu-rays, more video games, more beauty products, because I've got a couple more to do, and more reviews, appliance reviews, movie reviews, even some books as well, and art books as well, which I still need to sit there and do. But yeah, it's kind of more of the same. But so if you're into that kind of thing, please subscribe, and especially in the next month, we will see the release of the Nintendo Switch 2. So if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to keep and then have a notification of when I do the unboxing and of the Nintendo Switch, which I'm very, very looking forward to actually getting and trying out. So again, see you in June, and hopefully next month we shall have the Nintendo Switch 2.